Hi everyone, welcome to Artificial Entertainment. And so we tried to go a bit above and beyond in this because we're watching like bad 80s TV, and someone, I won't say who, decided it'd be a good idea to go back to the actual 80s to watch these shows as they were meant, and our time machine seems to have broken down.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's amazing we can afford a time machine, but I still can't get good audio.
That's true.
Isn't that weird?
We should start a Patreon.
Science is a crazy thing.
I don't understand it. So what year are we in?
Well, 80-something.
That's very specific.
I wasn't paying attention when I pushed in the last digit. I figured we'd be fine wherever we ended up, as long as it wasn't.
It's either a 3 or an 8. That's what we get for having analog, man. I can't.
Oh, jeez.
So right now we're looking under the hood because we think, does time travel happen under the hood in this time machine? Or?
Everything happens under the hood.
No,
baby.
Winnie, we've landed in the hood.
Oh, okay.
Hello, could you fine gentlemen help us fix our automobile?
Oh, hey, Yaney, can you come here? I think we have a problem over here with the alternator. I think that might be it, guys. It might be the alternator.
Hey, you're messing up my walker wear,
okay.
man.
All right.
Yo.
Well, Lakitis.
Wiggity,
All right.
whack
We're gonna try and get out of here, fix the car, all in the time of the theme song. So here we go. Hi everyone, welcome to Artificial Entertainment. I'm your host, Josh Lakitis. With me are my two co-hosts, Mason Betterly and Tyler Yaney. Ow.
This thing works like a charm.
You're not waiting at all to bring in the soundboard.
No, about this little sound effect thingy. I'm not sure what the star does. I'm gonna press it. That's cute. This one looks like a music note. Ooh.
Okay, so when you say
I'm gonna
it's a
save some of
soundboard,
these.
do you have it's like an actual soundboard, or is it a little like keychain thing with buttons?
Oh
like
no,
that?
it's a keychain thing. I got it at the dollar store. I'm gonna try the trumpet. That's just annoying.
Yeah, I'm sure all this is gonna come across great.
I just want one more. There's a little man on here. I'm not sure what he does. Sounds like a carnival.
You're not going to save any of these and slowly
I should
introduce
label
them
these.
You're blowing it all in the first couple minutes.
The sad thing is there's only 9 of them.
Well, we can save the other 4 or 5 for later. I actually have some pretty good news stories I'd love to talk about this week, guys.
Oh, please.
Oh, your Lifetime movie got picked up?
No? My Lifetime movie?
We're
You
not
tell
talking
me.
about that on the show?
What is going on? What are you doing that's making so much noise?
Is it this?
Oh my gosh. So, in Doctor Who news that's relevant to this show, it turns out the 2 Doctor Who movies we watched a couple of episodes back are now in canon.
What?
What? How?
Okay, so this was originally going to be basically Stephen Moffat, one of the head writers for the show. There was a book out about the 50th anniversary episode, and they wrote this into the book, so it's not in the actual episode. Anyway, the two movies are actually movies in the Doctor Who universe. Basically, when the Doctor's companions left, with the Doctor's permission, they wrote about their adventures.
Did they bomb in Universe 2? Oh, that wasn't the one I wanted to press. I hate this thing.
It turns out that the Doctor specifically requested Peter Cushing play him. He even gave him one of his waistcoats to use. But here's the thing that I love most.
Tell me.
Apparently, the Doctor took Peter Cushing forward in time to be in movies after his death.
So Rogue One?
What the book is implying is that was actually Peter Cushing in Rogue One.
I don't know, Marv. Don't sit right with me, Marv.
Apparently, if you time travel a couple dozen years into the future after your death, you look very CGI.
Or maybe
Maybe
they
they
did
just put-
that to throw people off.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy, man.
The Doctor Who universe, it's
Doctor
so
Who.
dense. No, the Doctor Who universe is very colorful.
It's so dense. Each image has so many things going on.
All right, I have some news about the Rampage movie that just came out.
Oh, yeah. I've been hearing good things about it.
Well, I mean,
Have
it's
you?
Yeah.
it is according to Rotten Tomatoes, the highest rated video game movie of all time, sitting at 50%.
More than Wreck-It Ralph?
Well, Wreck-It Ralph isn't based on a video game. In the same way Ready Player One isn't based on a video game. Rampage is actually based on a video game, and it just beat out the new Tomb Raider movie, which was at 49%.
I like that Tomb Raider movie, okay?
You saw it?
For free. It's a
Oh,
movie.
well, that makes sense. My computer almost just shut down on me. That would have been terrible.
Oh, let me see. Hold on. That's not it either. Which one was the womp womp?
Hey, can you censor yourself with your own soundboard so I don't have to do it later?
Son of a...
That's great. In other Rampage news, it beat out A Quiet Place for the highest grossing movie over the weekend.
That's a
So
bummer.
That's just great. But I think my absolute favorite thing is someone tweeted at The Rock and said, "Hey, congrats! Your Rampage is the highest rated movie based on a video game on Rotten Tomatoes." And let me see if I have the tweet pulled up. I do not have the tweet pulled up. Nope, I don't even have it kind of pulled up.
Here at Artificial Entertainment, we pride ourselves at being prepared.
Okay, here it is. Once it loads. All right, so The Rock responds, "Wow, very cool. Rampage news. Not pointing to the scoreboard yet, but it seems we have finally broken the dreaded video game curse." You're at 50%. That doesn't break the curse. It's still technically a rotten film. And remember, I starred in the stinker Doom, so I lived thy curse. And the Doom Twitter responded and just like, "Dwayne." You can just hear it's such a betrayed Dwayne.
Dwayne, I thought we had something special.
I thought we were friends. Sure, it wasn't the greatest at times, but we made it through together.
Like college.
Yeah. Doom Raider.
Doom Raider. I love it.
Grape those kids. I love it.
Oh, these words that sound like other words. This is good comedy.
Alright, well, what other news do we have on the docket?
Yes, please tell us,
do
Misty.
you want to know why we don't have Mad Max 5 out yet?
I'm curious now.
Because
I
it's
didn't know
not
that.
necessary, because we have a good film and it should be left alone.
Yeah, we got a solid 4 films.
Well, I'd say we have a solid...
Don't
2.5
badmouth
films?
Thunderdome. Don't you badmouth Thunderdome. I'll come and find you.
It's only half directed by George Miller, so I can't give it
He was
full
sad.
credit. Anyway, apparently there's a legal battle going on between Miller's production company and the studio that actually produced it, which...
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, sure. For the
Is it
sake of not
Warner
having
Brothers?
Fury Road, production collapsed, however Miller struggled. Thank you. I'm so happy you have this soundboard now.
It's
It's
slowly going to
great.
turn into Eugene Belcher.
Yeah, you're right.
Basically, I'm reading from Screen Rant just to give them credit. The studio claims the final cost of Mad Max Fury Road came to $185.1 million, and their contract with Miller's company required a 100-minute PG-13 movie, not a 120 R-rated one. So basically what the studio's saying is Miller's production company says the studio owes them $9 million as a bonus because they came in under budget and the movie did really well. But what the studio's saying is, no, you came under budget, but not with the film that we wanted. So technically we don't have to pay you.
Are you kidding me?
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, well, and like the reason that doesn't apply. Stop it. Oh my gosh. Less is more, Tyler. Less is more.
I'm like a jock radio. I don't know when to quit.
So basically, the studio's saying they actually went like $30 million over budget, but Miller's saying, no, you made us go back and do reshoots and shoot things that we were going to, but then you wanted cut, so we had to go back. So you caused us to go that $30 million over. And I hate this. I think this is so dumb.
Okay.
Are you guys going to give an opinion?
Oh, I thought there was more, and you were building it up.
No. This is a show about the three of us, not just me saying things at you guys.
Oh. Well, we've been away so long, I forgot the format.
Oh boy. You better hope this comes out good in audio. If it sounds half as crappy as it does over the phone, it's going to be terrible.
That'll sound fine. Well, Warner Brothers is just everyone's favorite studio right now anyways.
Yeah, really. This is typical Warner Brothers.
Oh. Mad Max won Oscars.
Right?
And they went and funded a black and chrome edition on Blu-ray, so I don't understand where this is all coming from.
Fury Road has easily earned that $9 million just to give to Miller and his production company.
I agree with that, but at the same time, I don't really want 5. I think it's a solid 4 movies. And I don't want PG-13 Mad Max again.
No, we definitely don't want that. I don't know. I mean,
we don't need another hero.
Do you know how many people are going to get that joke, Tyler?
It was a popular song. It was in the top 40 once upon a time.
I didn't even get that joke.
Me. I'm the only one that gets that reference. I could name the people that listen to this podcast, and they're not going to get it.
We just had a valuable statistic.
Jordan's not going to get it. Marvin's not going to get it. I don't know about Chad, but he's probably not going to get it.
Jordan listens to this?
Yeah, she's been messaging us saying that she likes the show.
Oh,
so shout out to Comb Daddy.
Thanks, Comb Daddy.
You get a Chad point.
Your second Chad.
Your second Chad. It's a gift.
How do you not know the Thunderdome song?
Because no one's seen Thunderdome.
I love Thunderdome.
You have such a unique taste in movies, and it's so different than anyone else's. You can't expect people just to know Thunderdome.
When 2 men enter and 1 man leaves.
People know more about Thunderdome from the Rick and Morty parody of it than they do the actual movie.
I'm upset.
Anyway, moving on.
We don't need another hero.
Have you guys seen the trailer for Hotel Artemis?
No.
Hotel Transylvania 3? Summer Vacation?
No, Hotel Artemis.
I don't know what that is.
It's a
movie.
movie.
Is that the movie with Jack Black and Kate Blanchett, and they have a kid, and there's like
no, that's the house with the noise inside, the clock inside the walls, or the ticket. I don't know, something's in the wall.
Yeah, something like that.
There's a hole in the frog and the log in the bottom of the sea.
No.
What was the title of that movie?
So, all right, Hotel Artemis. This is the IMDb description. Set in a riot-torn near-future Los Angeles, Hotel Artemis follows the nurse who runs a secret, villains-only emergency room for criminals.
That sounds great, but a little like Hotel Transylvania.
It stars Jodie Foster, Dave Bautista, Sophia Boutella. I think that's how you say her name. It's
and Kevin Bacon.
The mummy from the new Mummy movies. Let's see. Yeah.
Tom Cruise is in it?
No. Sterling K. Brown, who I think is a great actor that not enough people know about. Jenny Slate.
Ew.
Did I say Dave Bautista? I think I did.
You did.
Charlie Day and Jeff Goldblum.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
wonderful,
Okay.
Jeff. Jeff Goldblum is gonna be in
Charlie!
it. Wonderful.
So
That
I
sounds
figured
more
those
like
two would be the ones you two really appreciate.
Yeah, any film where either of them are involved is gold.
Except
I'll-
for, what was it called?
The Lost
Pacific
World?
Rim Uprising?
Oh, because Charlie Day's in that, yeah.
What was it? Or was he?
was.
Yeah, and he's in both Pacific Rims.
Oh, Charlie.
He plays a scientist. The first one's good.
I didn't.
Nah.
I don't
It
know.
was a
I haven't
movie.
seen it.
Why
I
you
almost
saying
saw
it's
it
good?
once.
I saw it
Like
at the
a child,
Dollar
the one
Theater.
that's in
I
the
thought I
middle
saw
of
it
the
at the
movie?
Dollar Theater with you.
No, they played it at school while we were all exporting our thesis
No,
films.
that's
but
when we all got stuck in the edit lab for some reason.
Yeah, but we chose not to do that. We chose to run around the building and try and hide from security.
That was fun.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Chubbs was on his A game that day.
So,
I could
all
hear him
right.
clomping down the hall.
But you guys should definitely go watch the trailer for this after recording. Do not go watch it now. But I will
Wait,
also...
what? Hang on, I'm looking it up real quick.
Shut up. I'll share this on our social media when this episode goes live. And I encourage everyone to go watch it because it looks like a wonderful movie.
Are we getting paid by these people?
I wish that would be nice. We will accept money from
And
literally
I wish
anyone.
everyone would go out and watch Thunderdome after this is all over.
No one's going to do that.
Artificial
Listen
entertainment
to our Queen
brought
Tina
to you.
sing.
Brought to you by Thunderdome.
All right. So Tyler, you want to bring us in and talk about what this episode is very briefly?
Why, I would love to. Thank you for joining me on this cold, blistery April Eve.
I can't get over. I can't get past it. Is this soundboard now a permanent part of this show?
Well, I wasn't gonna make it.
Is this just a one-off gag, or are you going to try and bring this back every single episode, and I'm going to have to kill you?
No. I'll hold off for a little bit, and then I'll get a new soundboard with different sounds in about a month or two. That's comedy! Fresh! Ziploc fresh! So, on to the Yaney episode part 2. The Quickening. I was thinking the other month when I came up with the idea for this episode, when I looked at the new trailer for the new Muppet Babies, and people were like, oh, children's programming is crap now. This looks terrible. Back in my day, we had great shows. And I'm like, well, did you? So the purpose of today's episode is an experiment. It's the sequel to our 80s trash episode, but instead we're going to be looking at television, and more specifically, children's television. I have handpicked episodes from 3 series. The first, Welcome to Pooh Corner. Connor? Welcome to Pooh Corner.
What's a corner? Of course it's corner.
I can't say this word. Corner!
Corner vertebrae.
Welcome to Pooh's Corner. It's fine. Rubik
Welcome
the
to Pooh,
Amazing
the Undertaker.
Cube, and Small Wonder. So,
It's a small wonder.
Mason, take us away with Welcome to Pooh Corner.
Welcome to Pooh's Corner, Mason. Please show us around.
Welcome to Pooh Corner.
That's actually a pretty good impression of the
That's
narrator.
not bad.
Yeah, so it opens up in a wonderful little British cottage with an old man with the baldest head. The baldest head. He has hair on the sides, but just the top is so bald. I couldn't get over it.
Well, he's also very sunburnt. I noticed.
Yeah.
You can see like, you know, he's been wearing sunglasses because they're filming this in like LA or something.
Probably.
Yes.
And you could just see where the sunglasses were on his burnt red face.
Yes. So it opens with him just being a little too friendly for my taste personally. And quite honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw myself as this man, in the future, because he just has a very wonderful little voice.
Mason, are you saying you see yourself inside this man?
Mason, are you
What?
saying you see your future self as someone you're uncomfortable around?
Well, if I'm to be honest,
Are you a little too friendly in your older years?
but he is just.
Come here, children. Come
trying
invade
so
Pooh Corner
hard.
with me.
Mason isn't allowed any morals. He's
He's
older.
trying so hard to be the British Mr. Rogers. He's got the sweater on, and he's like, today we're going to read a story about Piglet and Rabbit and Pooh
Rabbit
in the 100-acre wood.
I have to cover up that I'm actually Australian.
Yeah, I don't know. So
No, he is. I looked it up.
oh, he's actually Australian. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So
Another fun fact about the show is it's one of the first things to be broadcast on the Disney Channel.
Oh.
I'm surprised it lasted after that.
Yeah.
The shocking thing is, everyone guess how many episodes this thing ran for.
78.
60.
I forgot, but I remembered it was a big number.
Wow, there we
No,
go.
I'm looking it up. 120.
Wow.
Holy cow.
104 seasons this thing was on.
Well, it was cheap to produce. You can tell just by watching it.
Yes. So he opens.
And because there was no commercials on the Disney Channel, we got a full half hour of this
Oh
thing.
my gosh. So he opens up the book. It always looks like he's pressing the page or something. It's weird. But
Play.
yeah, it's like what are you controlling audio there? I don't. Is it one of those old? You press the button and it plays a sound effect? I don't know.
Well,
I have
clearly-
that book.
The characters are alive, so maybe he's just waking them up.
Maybe he's their god.
He's a cruel god and makes them do stories for his pleasure.
And on the
Now
seventh
Piglet
day,
will plant a carrot.
and
Yes,
on the
teach
seventh
me-
day,
teach
we
me how to
had
grow a
tea
carrot.
and marmalade.
All right. What is this particular episode
Yeah.
of Welcome to Pooh
You
Corner?
So
didn't
this
talk about the most important part.
What?
All the Pooh characters are played by terrifying
I'm
men in
trying to, but you
costumes.
guys won't let me talk, darn it. You keep interjecting like, ooh, talk about this. Ooh, talk about that. I will if you freaking let me. I'm sorry. Damn it, Tyler.
Oh,
We
I
go
mean,
for
it
the
worked,
cheap laughs
but I
on this
resent
program.
it.
Anyway, so yes, all of the characters, once the stories start, are all played by people in costumes playing the characters.
Not
Except
like
for
good.
maybe Rue.
Well, yeah, Rue probably looks like a puppet, but
Rue
No,
looks
he-
like
he
one of
looks
those
like a
talking teddy
terrifying
bears that they
Chuck
just
E.
built
Cheese.
bigger ears on.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what he looks like. It looks like they just put giant ears on a Teddy Ruxpin.
oh no.
put a cassette tape in his. Sorry, his. Excuse me.
But these aren't like good Disney World costume
No.
characters.
Oh, they're
Well,
bad.
I mean, even at that, like they're 80s bad. We're almost bankrupt Disney costumes.
Can we talk about how the voices are just all wrong?
They're all awful. They're all awful.
The weird thing is, Owl and Eeyore are like spot on.
No.
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 Tigger sounds like he's got some nasal problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Rabbit's weird.
Yeah.
Pooh's very weird. Piglet's is terrible. But
But that sounds like a little girl.
yeah, it didn't work.
Yes, I would like to build a flower.
That's Mason's Piglet sex hotline.
Stop it.
The puppet. The puppet.
If you're looking for blondes, press 1.
What are you wearing, you little girl? I can't do it. You dirty little kid.
The mouth movement is
Yeah.
so bad. I didn't realize the audio wasn't synced properly.
Yeah,
Until-
I didn't notice till halfway through when I saw the narrator. I'm
Yeah,
like,
right,
oh,
yeah, me too.
The
it's
only
all
human
coming
mouth, I'm like,
together.
that's, I guess it's been off this whole time.
So
I just
actually-
haven't been able to tell.
Yeah, so actually, I watched something way before we ever did this episode on the history of Disney fur characters that are able to move their mouths. This is actually the first instance ever where they were able to control the mouth movements, which now, seeing they're able to do it in the parks, with characters that aren't, they're able to do a lot now.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see this is the starting point of that.
Well,
Because it's so
couldn't get
bad.
any worse, I guess.
Yeah.
It was only uphill from there.
Yeah.
Have we talked about that the characters just want to grow some carrots?
Yeah,
So they
well,
can-
I tried to find the most inane plot possible.
Yeah. So the story, really quick to go through it, I'm going to just run through that, is Rabbit comes home with a blue ribbon for growing the biggest carrot at the fair or whatever. And
Oh my.
Yes. Piglet, Pooh, and Tigger are like, hey, what's it take to grow a carrot? And then the weird rabbit sings a song saying, if you want to grow a carrot, you need lots of loving care. And
That's
Can I
spot
point out
on,
one
too.
thing about Rabbit that was very unsettling?
what?
Okay.
His hands.
All the other characters have mitten hands, but Rabbit has fingers.
Yes.
Individual fingers, and it's
They're just
so
little
unsettling.
gloves. It's like he just has little gloves on.
It's incredibly weird.
Well, Rabbit can come off of the show and get like a career as a typist, so he's got that going for him.
So yeah,
Can we
the
talk
carrot-
about how the terrible green screen work?
Yeah, it's really bad. Well,
They look like drunk people in animatronic costumes from Chuck E. Cheese in front of a green screen.
Yes.
That's,
So
and I think they're using like
Wait.
Yep.
Let me finish the story. So
Oh, yeah.
the plot is Pooh is they all mess up in some way except for Piglet, who makes an enormous carrot, grows an enormous carrot.
doesn't it grow before his eyes when he says nice things to it?
Yes. Yeah, it just like whoop, whoop. And the thing is, it's like it's growing higher, like the stalk is growing higher and higher, but I'm like, it's still a tiny pot. You're not gonna if it's got
bottoming me out.
yeah, it's gotta like
This
yeah.
show doesn't understand botany at all.
But so Tigger misunderstands it and he thinks, "Oh, I got to show it loving care by doing stuff that we love, so I'm going to jump with it." And he smashes the pot and just leaves it to grow on the ground. Like, "Oh, well, I
the
guess I
carrot's
gotta do
dead.
that."
I guess I'll move on.
Yeah.
He runs away from the scene of the crime. And leaves
He
you
literally
there.
does. And then Pooh smothers the thing in honey.
And under his pillow in his sleep.
Yes.
This sounds more graphic than the actual episode was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who
Baba.
smothers it to death with honey?
I hope
It's
you
left
like
gasping for air.
But
Yeah, it
but
was
here's
terrible.
the thing. They can't even stretch this story for a full episode.
Yeah.
It's only about half. And then there's like a weird quiz part. And then they have Rabbit talking about seeds for like 10 minutes.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's the
science
longest
class.
thing
It's so
I've
boring.
ever watched.
But it's just a conversation between the narrator and Rabbit, and they're like two of the blandest people. And he's like, "But Rabbit, where do the seeds come from?" And
Tell
just
me about
Rabbit,
avocado.
Rabbit's like the blandest universe's version of,
Do the
of
voice
Bill
again.
Nye.
Do
Which
it.
one? Which one?
Rabbit.
Oh, Rabbit. Oh, well, I'm so glad you asked. So if you pull
He's doing Bullwinkle.
seriously, he's just this weird version. I don't know. I did not like Rabbit. I've never
I
liked
don't know if
Rabbit.
you
Rabbit. I don't
guys
like it.
I don't know if you guys have ever listened to Adventures in Odyssey.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That's Eugene Meltzner.
Really?
No.
Yeah. Yep. And the original Mr. Whitaker is actually Owl in this.
Oh. Well, what do you
But yeah, no, I agree. I do not like this actor for Rabbit. I don't like it. I think one of the worst elements is Winnie the Pooh's eyes, and they're not just little
It's
black
terrifying.
dots.
They're dead and lifeless.
Well, like, we've never seen Winnie the Pooh with, like, you know, irises and whites in his eyes. It's just two little black dots. And it's so unsettling.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy who played Rabbit was also Teddy Ruxpin. Ironic.
Well, there we go.
No
And
one,
he's
they got the
Petrie!
product cheap.
Full
He's
secret.
Petrie!
Full circle. Full secret. Wow.
Ancient Chinese secret, huh?
Anyway, yeah, it was. I mean, for like toddlers, I guess it works. Toddlers in the 80s.
If you're a brain dead 2-year-old, go for it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does not
boy.
hold up. Does not hold
The
up.
thing about it is, I can't imagine any child being entertained by this.
Toddlers.
It was the 80s.
It was the
it
80s,
was
yeah.
it was a simpler
It was
time.
either looking at grass grow or turning on the television.
It was either watching Reagan argue with Russia or
No,
watching
but the
Weird
thing
Down
is, you had
Pooh's
to
Corner.
pay for the Disney channels. Only the rich kids were watching Welcome to Pooh Corner.
We've spared no expense.
Yeah. The yeah, I mean, it was either this or God knows I'm not playing with my Teddy Ruxpin. That thing's terrifying. So
The thing was terrible.
either way, we're hanging out with that actor. So
Speaking of terrifying, let's move
Okay.
on to my show,
All right.
Yes.
Rubik the Amazing Cube.
Why is he amazing?
because it's the
I
80s.
don't because in this show, Rubik is some sort of fallen god.
Well, the thing about it is,
He is
it
an
didn't need to
all-powerful
be a
being.
Rubik's Cube. It could have been anything.
The Rubik looks like a Rubik's Cube with a deformed Smurf face glued onto
with
it.
Yoda's crack baby on it.
Yeah, really. So, Pooh's Corner ran for 120 episodes. Do you want to know how many episodes Rubik ran for?
Half?
13.
13
Yay!
episodes.
It was a short-lived series.
So people just couldn't take any more Rubik, huh?
Apparently. So the episode of Rubik that we watched was Rubik's First Christmas.
The least Christmassy Christmas special I've ever watched.
It's so
Made me want to watch
strange.
Coco though.
That's something I like that it wasn't just a couple of white kids.
Yeah, it's like
That there was
Coco's
some
a series
representation in this
featuring
cartoon.
a talking
There was
Rubik's
only
Cube.
representation in this cartoon.
This is true. Well, I mean, our third pick had some transgender representation.
Well,
Oh,
we'll get into that.
We'll get there. Anyway, this episode, it's Rubik's First Christmas. He's owned apparently by 3 children, even though he has the power of the gods within him.
But only if you solve the Rubik's Cube.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, this is a living being. What happens when you mess it up like a normal Rubik's
No,
Cube?
that is a plot point. I researched this. If he just becomes a regular cube if you mix it up. He has to be solved to have the creepy face and powers.
I just imagine him screaming in pain as you break every bone in his body. Just playing with this cube. But yeah, no, it's 3 kids and they go to Mexico to visit their grandmother for Christmas.
Abuelita.
Abuelita, thank you.
Abuelita.
I was going to attempt to say it, but I realized I've screwed up enough words already on this episode. I'm not going to go for that one. I don't think they even call her Abuelita though.
Do they? No, they don't.
No,
I swear they did.
maybe.
Maybe she just refers to herself as the third person. I don't know.
Your
They-
abuelita is crazy. Anyway.
Here's the thing. In this episode, it's Christmas because for the plot, the grandmother has gotten a truck full of gifts to give to children. It's not really made specific
For
what children.
reasons.
Yeah. And here's
The
my
orphan.
out of everything in this show, I'm not going to nitpick everything, but the truck is stolen by a couple of teenagers, but then the teenagers crash the truck,
It
and
gets
then the
stolen
truck
again.
is stolen from them. But then they realize it's this granny's truck full of toys, so they have to go tell Granny, we stole your truck, but then someone stole the truck from us, and we didn't realize it was yours, otherwise we would have never stolen the truck. And, like, I feel like the writers thought, oh, of course, they have to be the ones to go tell Granny the truck was stolen. But why isn't it just these two men steal the truck, and then literally anyone can tell her that her truck was stolen full of gifts?
Yeah.
And
It's fair.
they, like, these guys hide the presents in some ancient ruins so they can go to another ancient ruins and steal artifacts?
It's a lot of repetitive stuff going on here.
Speaking of which, did you know there's a Rubik's Cube in this episode?
Not just a Rubik's Cube, Rubik.
Well, here's my
The
problem
god of
and what
death.
baffles me is that number one, it barely does anything. And number two, why did it need to be a Rubik's Cube?
To sell more Rubik's Cubes.
Was there something that some animator look at the Rubik's Cube and was like, I imagine a goblin's in there with the powers of Zeus.
Here's the thing, like, oh, they get lost trying to find the truck. They almost lose their map, and Rubik goes off and gets it and brings it back. And at one point, their car runs out of gas, and Rubik literally levitates the car so they can go into town and get gas. But at the end of the episode, we not only find out that Rubik can just turn the truck into a sleigh and fly it anywhere, he has the literal power of transportation. Like, this is such an overpowered character. None of the plot elements make sense.
No.
And, like, they're trying to hide it from their grandmother, that, like, oh, we can't let people know that Rubik exists, but am I to believe that Rubik can't just wipe anyone's memory that he chooses?
That's true. You've got a point.
Maybe he kisses them like Superman 2, and their memory goes away.
Oh, I don't want to think about this creature kissing anybody.
Oh no.
Rubik,
If you close your eyes when he talks, he's kind of cute.
He sounds like the fat chipmunk. Theodore. He sounds like Theodore.
All the chipmunks sound the same. What are you talking about?
They're a little differentiating
Not really.
elements. Differentiating elements? What word am I looking for?
Differentiating.
Thank you.
Yeah. They have different
So
differentiating.
it's like the word you were trying to say.
Yeah, but, you know, the actual word.
Right. No. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this. It's just, it's so strange and surreal. Like, out of the shows we watch, this is the one I had no clue that existed.
Yeah.
You had
And
heard
I-
of Welcome to Pooh Corner?
I think so.
Yeah, my
because,
cousin watched it.
Well, and there's
my
like an
gosh.
infamous episode of that where it's like Stranger Danger, and
I
it's
tried to look for that one, but it was like an hour long, and I didn't think
that
we
would have
could
been too
take it.
long. Yeah, but like I've seen the clip of Pooh telling Piglet that if anyone touches you in your no-no space, tell an adult. So
That's
technically,
no good.
Yeah, technically, I knew Pooh's Corner existed. If anyone touches
Okay.
you in your Pooh's Corner, tell an adult.
And you had heard of Small Wonder?
Yeah, I think the Nostalgia Critic or someone talked about
No,
it, but I don't
I
want to talk
don't.
about him right now.
Oh.
With everything going on there.
Oh.
Anyway, that's really all I can say about Rubik. Shall we move on to Small Wonder, which is
Yeah,
the
I
one I
mean, there's-
remember the least?
There's really nothing going on with Rubik other than
No.
it's
No,
kind
it
of
isn't.
Christmas. It's a nice Hispanic family. The Rubik's Cube is alive.
I'm
Okay.
watching this and I'm so disengaged by it that I keep thinking like, oh, I can just click onto something else and do anything. But like, no, I have to watch this.
have to
I'm
watch
choosing
Rubik
to
the
I
watch
did
it.
the
Amazing
same
Cube.
thing. I was like, oh, maybe I'll. Oh wait, no, I have to watch this.
Yeah, I can't get distracted.
What we do for all 6 fans, man, I tell you.
We're committed.
All right, let's move on to Small Wonder. A baffling sitcom that ran for 96 episodes.
How long is
How,
that?
yeah,
4
well, how many
seasons.
seasons? 4. So
As
this-
many as Alf.
I was just about to say this show, which is not nearly as high quality as Elf, lasted just as long. That seems unfair.
Well, I don't think the actors in Small Wonder were as in much hell as the actors in Alf.
This is probably true.
And I loved me some Alf back in the day, man. But I
man,
can't
Alf
imagine
is
being
the
on
best.
that set.
No,
We
yeah,
should do
really.
a whole Alf episode. I would be down.
I would love to do that.
We'll do an Alf retrospective.
Comment below or tweet at us if you would like an Alf retrospective.
We can review Project Alf, the worst thing made by humans.
That I have seen.
I have seen it too.
No, we need to do the Elf Christmas special when Christmas comes.
I like that
is a
Christmas special.
That is a great Christmas special.
You like it too? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I used to watch it every year.
We went over this in the Christmas episode.
Oh. Man. It's the guy from Blazing Saddles who's like, I think.
The one that's about to commit suicide in the Elf Christmas
Yeah,
special?
when he's like the depressed black Santa at the hospital. And then
I
Alf
did not
gives
know
birth
this.
to a human baby. I mean, he doesn't give birth. He helps deliver
Yes.
a baby.
Anyway, let's...
Anyways, talking about Alf is way more interesting than talking about this particular episode.
We're definitely
of
trying to avoid the subject of Small Wonder.
So what's the basic premise of Small Wonder? Well, I'd never seen an episode before this, so I'm trying to piece together that, well, first and foremost, the obvious thing, this family has a little girl who's a robot.
Did they make her? Did
I
they buy her?
I believe the husband made her. I don't know. If you know who made the little girl in Small Wonder, please tweet at us, because I have no idea.
So the logic is, well, I've made this robot that's also a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
And
she'll
she
just
talks
be
like
our
this.
butler?
The whole time.
But they treat her half the time like she's her butler, and the other half of the time they treat her like she's the daughter. So I don't know what's going on here.
There's no in between. You're either a butler or a daughter.
She's free labor, and that's basically what children are. They just don't
Yeah,
have to, they don't have to
I'm
worry about the
wondering.
government coming to take her
Especially
away.
in this show, especially in
That's
this
what I'm
show.
wondering. Is it like an Alf situation where they have to hide her from the neighbors and stuff? Because, like, where the hell did they get a little girl out of nowhere?
Well, yeah, do they want the world to know that they have a robot? Do they not? Why didn't they just, patent her? Is she sentient?
Does she have a soul? Does she have a consciousness?
Because I think...
Are there others?
It's implied that she has a sense of humor, but at the same time, is she just repeating what other people say?
Maybe she just has this terrible sitcom level understanding of what humor is, so she's very baffled by it.
Oh, this show raises so many questions, and it doesn't deserve answers.
But instead, we're going to talk about the husband gets sick.
He gets the mumps.
He gets the mumps because he didn't have them when he was a kid.
So this is really a show that's
Oh,
pro-vaccination,
okay.
I believe.
I'm trying to figure out what everyone's relationship is. It feels like the husband doesn't like the neighbor who has a daughter that's in love with his son.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that girl was so annoying.
And then the mom is just a mom, I guess.
Well, she's a funny mom, because in the theme song intro, she has Marx Brother glasses on.
Yeah.
Was that what that was supposed to mean?
Yeah, but she's also a teacher, so she's like the fun teacher. I think she was teaching. I feel
I
like
dare call her wacky.
Oh, wow.
All right, so why do they have to go to the bank? Because, like, the husband gets sick, his coworker gets sick, so their baby's kind of at home.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the thing. I didn't know. You said we'll watch the bank robbery episode of Small
No,
Wonder.
we all had the same reaction, because, 15 minutes into the episode, where the hell is this bank? Are we
They
watching
didn't
the
do a
right
bank yet. They're
episode?
at home sick with the mumps.
And then in the
Yeah.
last 5-10 minutes, they go to this bank for some reason.
Well, no, it's because they need to cash the dad's check.
Because they're overdrawn.
Yeah, and the mom can't go because she has to take care of
Her
the dad
grown
and the
adult
boss.
husband. So
Yeah.
she sends 2 little children with a
3.
dangerous sentient robot to the
Oh
bank.
yeah, Vicky is not an actual child; she's a robot. My bad.
She's the
Now
hell.
let's get to the interesting part. What do you think they discover at the bank?
I
A
think we've
man
already
in
said
a
the bank gets
dress.
robbed.
A man in the dress somehow has a gun and tries to rob the bank.
And sounds eerily like Linda from Bob's Burgers.
It wasn't John Roberts, was it?
I know, but he sounds so much like Linda. It was crazy.
I didn't think. I just thought it was weird that the bank was getting held up by Klinger from MASH.
Yeah, I thought
Who that
too.
was?
No.
I feel like the guy who was the bank robber never went anywhere.
No.
He went to the bank.
And then he went to jail. I kept waiting for the wah 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 wah, but I didn't get it. So.
Oh, are you saying Tyler and his soundboard are ineffective at pulling off a good joke? Who would have known?
Thank you.
I was late.
That's Yaney.
I'm just
So,
slowly
Small Wonder.
dying inside.
It's kind of like this episode. All right, so Small Wonder. So, like, the girl robot and the transvestite bank robber kind of developed this companionship, and she helps him rob ATMs.
So is he robbing the bank dressed as a woman as a disguise?
That's what I want to know. Like, are those his street clothes?
Because he's not like hiding the fact that he's also a man.
No,
that he's a man dressed as a
But
woman.
at one point, she takes off his wig and he says, "Oh, you ruined my disguise."
Yeah, he was really frustrated with that.
Yeah.
Did he have to wear a dress though? Like, you could have dressed as a woman and wore pants. That's all.
It would have made for a better getaway.
That's true.
He could stuff more cash up there. Okay, so let's talk about which one was the worst of the three and which one was the best.
Whoa! We're not done talking about.
What more do you want to talk about? Small Wonder.
So when
this little girl uses the Force pretty much in front of cops, and they just assume the criminal.
Why'd he toss
his
her the gun?
Huh?
I want to talk about the weird holdup outside of the bank, like when they're negotiating, and they're just in like this maybe 10-foot long alleyway, and like they're doing shoulder over shoulder shots, and like they're shouting at each other, like they're shouting across the road, but really they're just in like a hallway together.
Yeah.
It's true.
Like they're
Why are you
literally
yelling so
5
hard? I
feet
can hear you
apart.
right here.
So cheap.
Have you
So
never
cheap.
watched a sitcom from that era before? They all look like that.
I can't say that I have, really. Like, I'm trying to think. I used to watch Hogan's Heroes and, Gilligan's Island. And then
I watched
don't-
Family Ties, Family Matters.
I guess Alf is the only 80s sitcom, but like...
That
Alf-
one's especially cheap because they spent all the money on the puppet.
Yeah, but like and they never
All
leave
the
the
money
house for
on
the
the
most part,
one
so you don't
puppet.
see the cheapness of it.
Yeah, you really never do leave the house, do you?
And if you do, it's like an office space or something.
Or they go
really
to the
easy
garage or the
Yeah.
next door neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
We're still
All right.
talking about Alf.
Well, clearly, out of these 3 shows, Alf is the best.
It's true.
Alf is what we're recommending tonight.
If you, dear listener, are still with us after 50 minutes, please go watch Alf and Thunderdome.
No, okay. No, to answer your question, Tyler, Rubik is the best thing we watched out of these 3.
Oh, good. No, I
No.
I watched Small Wonder twice before I watched either of those again. Those were miserable.
See,
I would watch the other 12 episodes of Rubik before I watched another episode of Small Wonder.
Maybe I'm just used to terrible 80s sitcoms because I grew up with them. But it was the shortest, I think. Maybe Rubik was.
I don't know, but like Rubik's such an anomaly to me.
It's something that could only exist in the 80s.
Absolutely.
Like if there's a Pet Rock the series, it's from the 80s.
Exactly. That or it's a new CGI Netflix show.
You're not wrong. Oh. Yeah, Rubik could come back. Inspector Gadget is back.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yep,
He
on
is.
Netflix.
Oh
Computer
no.
generated. He's not Matthew Broderick or French Stewart at this time, so that's good.
Yeah.
Richie Rich is back on Netflix.
Nuh-uh.
Yep, there was a live action series.
Lost
looks like
in
a
Space
really-
is back.
Yep. Netflix will bring anything back.
Not wrong. Anybody
Mace,
see the Lost
Mace,
in
what was the
Space
best for
movie
you?
with Gary Oldman?
Probably Pooh Corner.
What?
Yeah. There was
Oh,
some,
we
Why?
each picked one of them? That's great.
that's charming. I don't know.
How the
Something
heck
about
did
it.
that happen?
Something
No,
about
Pooh Corner was the worst.
no.
You
Something
were
ab-
Disney brainwashed.
no. Something
kinda
about it was
are.
charming. The thing with Rubik, it was just so stupid and dumb, and I.
Yes.
But the real problem with Small Wonder is it was just so. It wasn't that it was outlandishly bad. It was just so incredibly bad in its blandness. Or
That's the
bland
80s.
in its badness. I'm not sure yet. So no. Yeah, if I had to
I would
watch
not
one
watch
of
it in a house. I would not watch it in a blouse.
Would you watch it in a car?
I wouldn't
Would you
watch,
watch
it
it from
near
afar?
With Jafar.
Oh, yeah.
First, give me the cube.
Fido.
All right, so we've had some pretty terrible episodes of television in our mouth tonight, and it's time to wash it out with a palate cleanser. And specifically in this episode, I wanted to ask you guys, what are some weird, obscure? I guess this is mainly from Rubik. Like, what are some old, weird cartoons that you used to watch? Not necessarily from the 80s. Yeah, no, let's. I can broaden it and make it. What is weird old television that you watch that you don't feel like anyone else did?
RoboCop Alpha Commandos from the 90s.
Was
I
that a
think
cart-
actually it might have been the early 2000s.
Was that a cartoon or a live action?
Yeah, no,
series?
it was the second attempt at a RoboCop cartoon, and I think MGM just bought Orion, and it was the chance to make him cool. He got paired up with a
Kid-friendly.
sexy partner. Yeah, so I watched that, and it was terrible. Trying to think of something good.
Something I liked, and I actually went back and watched it today. Puff the Magic Dragon.
Oh.
When was that made?
It's, I think late 70s. I want to say 78.
Nice.
It has what is his name? The guy who played the Penguin in the 66
Danny
Batman.
DeVito?
No, Burgess
Burgess
Meredith.
Meredith. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He plays a very charming Puff. Like it's very cheap, and it's not the it's actually kind of well animated for like the nothing budget it has. But like I find Puff an extremely charming character. I like the Puff the Dragon song, even though it's like extremely dark.
Is it?
Well, yeah, in the end, Johnny Paper grows up, and then Puff sinks into depression and just stays in his cave, and it's implied he just dies there.
Oh.
In the song, but in the show, they kind of write around it, like, oh no, but the kid actually came back to help Puff save the day.
Puff the Magic Dragon is taking Prozac.
But no, I like it. It's charming, and I like it's one of those. It's something I watched because it kind of freaked me out, but I also enjoyed it at the same time. Well, one of my favorite things, I didn't pick up on this on a kid, but I think it has one of the better lessons of don't judge a person by how they look. Like they bump into this giant who's also a pirate, and like he's holding them hostage. But and the kid's really scared, but Puff isn't, and Puff teaches him like, look, you just gotta look at him for who he is on the inside, not who he is on the outside. And Puff shows him that on the inside he's actually a chef, and he wants to be a chef. So yeah, I mean it's stupid, but I think it's like cute, and like so the kid.
Everyone has a little chef inside of them.
No, the chef's still a giant.
I got this thing, this little. I was doing Ratatouille, but
No, I got you.
No, I completely missed it.
Rash.
But I like it, and I'd say it's worth a watch.
I'm sure Mason watched some wacky stuff growing up.
Yeah, Mace, what's something you used to watch that you feel like no one talks about or remembers?
No one talks about. See, the thing is with me, we didn't have like cable growing up, so all I had was whatever was on VHS or what was on PBS.
Yeah, I mean I'm pretty sure that's how I saw Puff. Like a lot of my entertainment came from garage sale VHS tapes.
Yeah, exactly. So There's a lot of
So-
things. As for the some stuff that was on TV that not a lot of people talk about, Liberty Kids is.
Oh,
No one seems.
that was very good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
what was
that.
it?
Liberty Kids.
Liberty Kids. It was on
That
PBS.
sounds
It's basically
dumb.
no. It was actually really good. It was like these 3 kids, and they all work for Benjamin Franklin for his newspaper.
Played by Walter
company.
Cronkite.
Like
there
it
were
had a great cast.
there was
Oh
a
my
ton.
gosh.
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman was Benedict Arnold.
How did they get these people?
I don't know. But it was actually
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, and then these kids would go around through Revolutionary War times and like actually go through the events and
Yeah.
report on them.
Yeah,
And yeah, it was a great show.
yeah, there was
I
some
think
good stuff there.
it's animated by the people that did Swan Princess and those like Ness
Really?
Home.
Ew.
It's that same style, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's the same artist guy.
Artist guy. We
Shut up.
appreciate artist guys on this program.
2 other ones really quick. Cyberspace, which always followed right after that one.
With
That-
Christopher Lloyd.
Yes, with Christopher Lloyd. That was weird. I had a
Gilbert
love.
Godfrey.
Yeah, I had a love-hate
that
relationship
came out
with
the
that
same
show.
time as Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, and I was very confused.
Yeah. But then the other one was I never saw it on TV. I only got it from a VHS, but it was on Fox at some point, Fox Kids, and it was a Zorro cartoon, and it was amazing. It was so cool. I had a big obsession with Zorro when I was a kid. It was. I felt that it was of the quality of Batman the Animated Series. It was just good plots, good villains, good action. It was a ton of fun.
I have an update on the Liberty Kids cast if you'd like to hear some of the bigger names.
Oh, please.
I couldn't sleep tonight if I didn't.
Thomas Jefferson was played by Ben Stiller.
Yes.
James
That's-
Madison was voiced by Warren Buffett.
Nice.
Baron von Steuben was played by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What?
Patrick Henry was Michael Douglas. And
Okay.
Sylvester Stallone played Paul Revere.
The
Deborah Sampson was played by Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
And
remember that
John
one.
Paul Jones was Liam Neeson.
Huh.
I gotta revisit that.
Same.
The British are coming. Actually, fun fact, did you know that they didn't actually say the British are coming? Because, at that time, a lot of people in the colonies were British. So what he actually was yelling was, or he wasn't even yelling, but he was just going, saying the regulars are coming.
Those guys over there, they're coming.
The Redcoats.
No, they're called the British regulars.
I believe that's a alcoholic beverage.
No, it's a sports team. No, I'm kidding.
Toby's texting me from the other room saying my Liberty Kids casting is wrong. But since I'm looking at the IMDb, I'm going to say I'm right.
We'll have to look into this and update people on
See,
the next episode.
we have one viewer and we're not even live.
All right. Are there any other movies you guys want to talk about that you've seen?
Ooh, I have one.
Oh, by all means.
But I'd like to hear from Mason first.
Why me?
Because I'm quirky.
I recently started just watched the first episode of a show that's already ended, but I've been curious and I got a subscription, so I logged in and watched the first episode of Boardwalk Empire, and
Nice.
yeah, and I'm actually really enjoying it. Obviously, it's HBO, so there's some content, but as for the actual story and the production value, it's pretty great. It's pretty great. I'm probably gonna see watch some more episodes and see what happens there.
All right.
Well, that's great. That's great. I mean, I watched Back to School for the first time.
Let's back to school.
What is that?
That's with Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh.
And a little
I saw
Robert
you
Downey
posted
Jr.
something about that, but I thought it was a joke.
I mean, the whole movie's a joke, silly.
You
I'm
don't
trying
have
to
to.
I'm trying to think of something of substance I've watched lately.
I can't think of anything. I watched the first two Rush Hour movies.
Did you like them?
I liked them. I really liked Rush Hour 2. I thought that was actually pretty fun.
Did you watch Rush Hour 3 yet?
I now have it, but I'm not looking forward to watching that one.
You should watch Rush Hour 3 during 5 o'clock traffic.
Oh, that'd be so much fun. Just the pun alone would entertain me.
Just keep it playing in the car. Actually, one road trip with me and my buddy, we were taking his father's car, like about an hour or 2 hours. And the kids had Elf on the DVD player, and it was coming through the stereo, and we couldn't figure out how to turn it off, so we just listened to Elf on the way there. We didn't watch Elf. We just listened to Elf.
It's a pretty good radio play.
How did it translate to an audio medium?
I mean, during the whole montage in the mall, I was like, I forget what's going on here.
I think we've just switched over to the Christmas channel now.
Yeah. Oh, Mason, talk about Ready Player One.
Ready Player... Why? We talked about it last
saw it.
episode. I did.
No, I talked about it.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It was just a good, fun movie. It wasn't like I don't have to worry about thinking, oh, how will this affect the greater cinematic universe or stuff like that. So it was nice just having a fun adventure where I didn't have to worry about, what comes next. Because
you don't think Ready Player 2 is coming?
I mean, if it does, whatever, but I don't see a reason for it.
I think the internet's crying out Ready Player One for girls, where it's all pop culture references to girls' 80s nostalgia.
I know what you're stealing from.
No, it's not just Jenny Nicholson. I swear I've seen that in multiple places. I'm trying to
couldn't
think
even fill an hour without you ripping someone off.
Multiple people, not just one singular person, though. I feel like I should clarify.
Yeah. See, it's not plagiarism if it's from a bunch of people, you know.
One thing I did watch that I thought was interesting was the 12 Chairs, which is Mel Brooks' second picture.
Oh, that's a delightful feature.
It's very interesting. It's the most normal film Mel Brooks has ever done.
Just like how Bottle Rocket's kind of a normal movie.
In a way, yeah. Like you can see Mel's style in it, but it isn't the whole film.
Mm-hmm. The full Monty.
Yeah. Kelly. It's interesting. It's got Dom DeLuise. It's got who?
It's always got Dom DeLuise.
Dom DeLuise is barely in any Mel Brooks films.
That's not true at all.
No. He is the highlight of Robin Hood Men in Tights, though.
Oh, the Godfather scene?
Yeah.
Is so great.
And then there's randomly and Clint Eastwood works for the Godfather? And I didn't get that joke, but it was a reference. Something. My thing with Robin Hood Men in Tights is it's Mel Brooks, but it's Mel Brooks post everyone else doing parody films. So
yes.
There's a lot more, Mel's just going to make references to things he likes.
Yep.
And it hurts to see that.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's not Dracula Dead and Loving It.
I have yet to see that.
Oh.
You should give that a watch.
Does that come in the Mel Brooks Blu-ray collection?
No, it doesn't even come in there. They could have easily stuck it in there.
Yeah, really. They put his To Be or Not To Be remake, which I could have been without.
Yeah, and Blazing Saddles is from a completely different studio, but they allowed it.
They didn't include Life Stinks, which is
I've seen it. It's okay.
Is it?
It's not bad.
I've seen High Anxiety. I haven't watched enough Hitchcock to appreciate it. I think Mason would really enjoy
I made it through once with High Anxiety, and that was alright. I really love History of the World Part 1.
I need to see that. Have you seen Silent Movie?
No.
Oh yeah, of course I've seen Silent Movie.
Is that good?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm shocked it got made even for that time because that's a very niche thing to do.
After our comedy episode, I've just been craving great comedies that I haven't seen, and I just haven't been able to find anything. And I guess that's why I've been going through other Mel Brooks movies, kind of waiting for Silent Movie because that's the one I have the most hope for.
Mhm.
So
I mean,
I'll give it a watch.
What would be your top 3 Mel Brooks?
Oh, well, I mean, it's Young Frankenstein, it's Blazing Saddles, and The Producers.
pretty accurate. I mean,
Yeah.
I love Spaceballs because I grew up with it. And
Yeah.
I've seen it the most.
I didn't see it till college, and by then I'd seen millions of YouTube Star Wars
I've
parodies that just stole
probably
from
seen
it.
Spaceballs more than any Star Wars movie, if we're being honest.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
And I've seen Star Wars. I've seen the original trilogy many, 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 many times.
So I do want to say, we've just talked about Mel Brooks because I had questions about it. If you, the listener, would like to ask us some questions, you can tweet at us at artificialpod on Twitter, or you can email us at artificialpod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your questions. Also, if we'd really appreciate if you tweet about the show or share it with a friend, because we don't advertise the show. We share it on our social media, and that's about it. We don't pay Facebook to boost posts or anything like that. So really, we get around entirely by word of mouth. So if you give it a share, let us know. We'd be very grateful. We'll say thank you.
Yeah, we even pay for our own props. It's very sad.
Oh, Tyler, that's beautiful.
Thank you. I've been working on that. Actually, I did get a question from a coworker.
Oh, really? What is
If
it?
you guys have time to answer it.
Yeah.
We have 5 minutes. Go for it.
Okay, all right. What is a movie that everyone loves but you hate?
Easy. Citizen Kane.
Really?
You hate Citizen Kane?
I guess I don't hate it.
I
but
didn't say you didn't. You thought it was overrated. I said hate. You hate Citizen Kane?
Okay, no, then that's wrong. But I think Citizen Kane is very overrated.
You hate Citizen Kane?
I just said
Have you
I
seen-
don't. I
just said
respect
you
it.
did,
I see what
though.
it did.
You went point blank, buddy.
I didn't know you were being so literal with the question.
Hold on. You hate Citizen Kane?
Oh my gosh! Shut up.
All right, I'm gonna let Mason go first, and you're gonna think about what you did.
All right.
I can't think of a movie that everyone loves that I hate. Honestly, I mean everyone's meh on Avatar. I'm meh.
I was gonna say that's a popular one, but I can't say that I hate Avatar.
I've never even seen Avatar.
Yeah,
The
I don't
movie.
hate Avatar. I'm just like, it exists.
I haven't seen it since the theater, so I tried to watch it again, but got bored and watched a different James Cameron movie. Also, if you guys should watch The Abyss. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm trying to think.
Okay.
A movie that
I saw Lawrence of Arabia and I didn't hate it, so shut up. But I didn't love it, and that made me very sad.
Were you sad when you didn't like Citizen Kane?
No, I was actually, yeah. Whenever I watch a great, a great Hollywood epic or one of the AFI top 100, and I don't like it, it just sends me into this small depression of do I not actually know movies? What am I missing here? Why don't I love it? Everyone loved The Greatest Showman. I didn't much care for that.
Yeah, but that didn't get critical praise. I really loathe Moulin Rouge, but I think
I've
it's starting
never
to
seen
get
it.
backlash. So I don't know if I could count that one.
Hmm.
Oh, I got one. I got it.
Okay.
Animal House.
Oh yeah,
I
you
did-
did not like.
I did not laugh once, and I don't know what's wrong with me. Because people cram me oh, it's the greatest comedy ever. It's so good. It's John Belushi. John Belushi's barely in it, and I don't know what I did wrong. Because I like John Landis comedies. I like Blues Brothers. I like American Werewolf. I like movies written by Harold Ramis. I mean, I love Ghostbusters, so I don't know what I did wrong.
I'm trying to think films that I don't end up usually hating movies. I just it wasn't for me.
Yeah. I haven't really hated a movie that I've seen in a long, long time.
Yeah. I guess I really did not care for An American Werewolf in London. I just thought
You're
it was
hurting me. You're
it just
hurting me.
it was a very except for Frank Oz, it was not my
He's
cup
great.
of tea.
What did you not like about it?
It's just unpleasant and incredibly slow. And I don't
Was it
mind
slow?
slow movies. It's nothing happens. It's just such a slowly paced film.
I was having a ball.
You were loving it, and I was trying to love it like via you, but it just wasn't happening.
Well, shoot. That really hurts. I mean, I respect your opinion. You didn't like anything about it?
Like there were little things.
Did
like
you think the ending was hilarious?
No, but yes, it's just.
The scene in the movie theater with all the dead people. That's great.
I don't know. I had such high hopes for it because Blues Brothers is one of my favorite comedies, but I don't know. Maybe I'd like it if I watched it again, but
I guess the theme is what John Landis movie disappointed you, because we're 2 for 2 now. How did we get here? Mason, why did you not love Blues Brothers 2000?
No one liked Blues Brothers 2000.
There was a first one?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
I think I've used that button.
Yeah,
Which one I haven't used
I'm
yet?
No,
going-
you've definitely used it.
Yeah, you have.
Okay, I've used that one. Use the violin.
All right. Well, I think that's the note we're gonna go out on. If you wanna
Oh,
tweet at us.
Inside Out.
Oh my gosh!
You hate Inside Out?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I hate it, but I dislike it.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us on what would be our last episode of Artificial Entertainment.
Well, Mason's last episode, we should say the least.
Yeah.
No, we're kidding. I mean, I don't think it's the greatest Pixar movie.
Have you watched it since the theater? Because I think you should both give it a second viewing.
The last time I watched it in the theater, it was like my third time. I was watching it with your parents, and I fell asleep.
That's weird.
I do
Yeah.
remember that happening.
Why are you
That is a
sleeping with
weird
his
anecdote.
parents?
Oh no, I
think
fell
Mason
asleep by
was
myself.
busy. Where were you?
It was my birthday. I was alone.
Why did was
feel
it
like-
really your birthday?
Did we
Yes.
miss a couple words in that sentence? Like what?
No, you know, I was alone. You guys went to the movies without me on my birthday. It was fun.
Where were you?
I was
Why
home.
didn't you come?
I wasn't able to make the movie time for some reason. I think I was working on getting stuff ready for my film, and so you're like, okay, bye, and I never saw you guys again, and that was my birthday.
It's Saturday night and your sister's on a
Oh,
date,
that's terrible, man.
and you just stay at home and mess.
Whoa, stop! Oh
Well,
gosh.
That's Billy Joel. You don't like classical music too?
Well, that's gonna do us here. If you want to follow us on any social
Oh,
media,
Mason, announce
I'm
the
on-
next episode.
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
yeah. No, Mason,
right.
that is important. Do that.
So, as everyone knows, the time is upon us. Infinity War is probably by the time this comes out within the single digits of days away. So, in preparation.
No, this episode's gonna have a quick turnaround since we're already late.
Okay, well, probably about 10,
Is it?
10 days away. So, with that being
Oh,
said,
he's right then.
we are going to watch, in preparation, some
Okay.
non-MCU Marvel films. We're all gonna watch some of the bad ones. So, and they can be anything. It can be any of the X-Men films, any of the Spider-Man films, anything in
Spider-Man.
the 90s. Any Marvel.
Are you giving us freedom to pick our own movie?
No, Mason,
No,
you must
no.
choose for us.
No. Okay. All right, I can do that. I'll do that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you guys have to give me one then. Okay.
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 All right.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
all right, Lakitis.
Mm-hmm.
I know you said you wanted Howard the Duck.
Are you not
Hope
gonna
I
give me
get
Howard the Duck?
I'm not giving you Howard the Duck.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
I'm giving you the one film from the X-Men universe that you've yet to watch. You're going to be watching
No,
X-Men
don't.
Origins Wolverine.
don't.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I don't want. I Everyone's talked about that movie. Don't make me watch it just so I can have everyone else's opinion.
No, you need to get up to speed. It's actually hilarious.
I made
It's
him watch
so good.
all of the films, all of the X-Men films, except for that one. And actually, it was
need
pretty
to see
good.
Apocalypse.
I enjoyed watching them all with you.
I was willing to watch Howard the Duck for this show, and you screw me over with Wolverine Origins?
I hope I get Howard the Duck. Mason, darling,
So,
what are you giving me?
for you, my friend, I am. I'm gonna go a little bit further back, and I will
Okay.
actually be giving you the Dolph Lundgren Punisher film.
Praise, yes. Oh boy.
All right, Mace, I know what film I'm going to give you.
Okay.
Hey, we gotta talk about this.
Because you decided to screw me over with Wolverine Origins. Guess what you get to watch?
What do I get to watch?
The Nick Fury made-for-TV movie.
Ooh, yeah!
Nice.
All right.
Man, well, I'm excited.
This is gonna be fun. Getting the Hoff in here. I am personally.
Yeah, I
excited
hope
for
you
this.
like Hoff.
Oh, I start every morning with a little bit of Hoff. That came out weird.
All right. Well,
Hmm.
I'm Josh Lakaitis. You can find me on Twitter at Josh_Lakaitis. Mason.
You can find me at Good Old Price on everything, and then Mason Betterly on Facebook.
You can
Tyler?
find me at somewhere on Twitter.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, on this horrible, awful, miserable note, have a good night. God bless. Oh, I think we got the time machine working. I think
Oh
it's
yeah,
set
we're
up.
just on the side of the road. I forgot about this.
All right, quick, everyone in the car. Everyone in the car.
Flux capacitor fluxing.
No, I need to go to the video store and get Dolph Lundgren Punisher.
Where we're going, we don't need Dolph Lundgren's The Punisher.
Man, I gotta go rent it.